This is F1rst Motors, the craziest and most exclusive car dealership in the world, showcasing the most sought-after cars on display, from sports cars to hypercars to rare classics and Japanese icons. We got a chance to tour this place a few years ago, and that video went viral. Now we're back with F1rst Motors for even crazier cars. It's just like, it's either F1rst Motors or I'm like, forget about it, I don't want to go to that dealership. More excitement. All right, let's hammer it. That's fast, dude. And a deeper look behind the scenes of what it takes to have a showroom like this.
If you're gonna do something, do it the best or don't do it.
I cannot wait to share this with all of you. So let's get started. All right, everyone, we're back at F1rst Motors, and of course, we are with Ali. Good to see you, my friend.
Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you, thank you. Obviously, we were one of the first channels that did a walkthrough of this incredible showroom about 2 years ago. Now, here we are back. The selection of cars now is insane.
I mean, a lot has changed since last time you were here. Our stock, I think, at that time, 2 years ago, was at $100 million.
Correct.
Now we're at $250 million.
I feel like rarity of the cars this time is on another level.
Yes.
And just off of the entry, we have a beautiful Super Sport.
Yes.
Then you walk in, Sian, Jesko, and AMG-One. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But can we start with the Sian for a second?
Of course. The Sian Roadster, there's only 19 of these made worldwide. It is the last combustion engine-based Lamborghini. So after this, they're going to be a hybrid, which is the Revuelto coming out later on this year. This car has presence, it has the looks, and if you want exclusivity, well, this is the only full black Sian Roadster in the world.
Not only you're caring about how rare the car is, you're also looking at their production number. In fact, the 918s on the back, we have number 4 and number 6 here, right?
Yes, we do, and both of them are in 0 mileage. Number 6 is in metallic chrome blue and number 4 is in red.
I feel like this is not even a car dealership, it's like an art gallery. You're presenting art. Most of these cars have 0 miles, which is also insane. And not only that, you're sourcing them from all around the world,
all over,
which makes it even more challenging. Can we talk about the Koenigsegg? The level of craftsmanship that goes into this car, the carbon fiber work, this custom windshield.
Yeah, Koenigsegg is known for making crazy designs. I mean, if you look at this car, it's an absolute masterpiece. Not only is it carbon, it also has gold flakes inside the carbon. So the level of detail, if you look all around the car, is incredible. It's also, lap times on this car are insane.
And what is the price on this?
Price is around $5 million for this car. But, you know, when you have a one-of-one spec, you could ask anything you want.
Yeah. And which, in this case, this is that car.
Of course.
Can we see the interior?
Of course you can. You can click the ghost button 2 times, and the car will transform.
This is so cool. Look at those extension rods for the trunk. They're also like painted in gold.
Now, if you walk around the car, you could actually see...
This is what you get for spending $5 million.
You could see the engine and the transmission, everything.
Oh my God. Look how wide those back tires are.
Yeah.
It's like appreciating a piece of art. Piece of engineering that is so sophisticated. Imagine going 200 plus miles in a car like this, so close to the ground.
Yeah.
And these are all the mechanics to make sure that you're safe and you can perform at that kind of speed.
Don't forget, it's 1,600 horsepower. And this car actually has a weight to horsepower ratio of 1:1. So it's pretty fast.
I want everybody to get the angle that I'm seeing looking at this car. It's incredible.
So I want you to notice, I mean, we don't just bring cars here. It has to be the best spec, and we pay a lot of attention. We don't just bring any car here for the sake of it. I mean, we try really hard to acquire the best cars in the world.
I feel like you ruined my experience when it comes to going to showrooms around the world and seeing cars. I'm not impressed with anywhere anymore. It's just like, it's either F1rst Motors or I'm like, forget about it, I don't want to go to that dealership.
You know, we do have a motto. I mean, if you're gonna do something, do it the best or don't do it. So we always try to push the limits.
Ali, I know everybody wants us to talk about AMG-One, arguably one of the most sought after cars in the world. And now that I'm getting a chance to see it in person, it looks incredible.
Yes, this is a V6.
1.6 liter, right?
1.6 liter, a V6 hybrid engine. And this actually has 4 motors in the car.
Really?
Yes, Lewis Hamilton has 2 of these.
Okay.
Mercedes could have outsold this car 4 times, but to maintain exclusivity on the car, they decided to stick to the production numbers. It's the first Formula One engined car on the road.
Yes.
And it won't be repeated again. I don't think so.
And what's the price tag on this?
Around $5 million.
$5 million. So every 30,000 miles, you have to rebuild the engine because it's such a specific F1 engine.
It is.
And it costs around $900,000
Yes,
to
it
rebuild
does.
the engine.
Yes, it does.
Insane. And the second thing is, I believe they're not road legal in US.
They're not, yeah. Around 50 of these were supposed to go to the USA. You know, those orders have been canceled now. So, you know, Mercedes easily sold on the allocation.
Exactly. Ali, I don't want to keep repeating this, but can we also see the interior of this car? In fact, the seating position on this is super unique that I want to get in.
Yeah.
I don't know if my outfit is flexible enough, but look at this door. This is incredible. Cody, come over to this side. I mean, I don't even know how I would get in. Let's see. Okay.
How is it?
It does feel like an F1 car. Like you're so concentrated. Roof is sloped above you, windshield. I can't even see the front of the car, honestly.
Yeah, and what's even more special about the car is that it's hand-built.
That's amazing. But honestly, like the seating position is relatively comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not super intimidating.
It's a track-focused car, but road legal. It's the fastest road legal car on the track.
Yes, also, I believe it's the fastest car on Nürburgring.
On Nürburgring, it is.
Yeah. Amazing.
This is insane. Even for like a track car too, like you still have like the standard like Mercedes infotainment and everything with the two screens. But I mean, you're like a fairly tall guy and you're fitting in there pretty well.
Yeah, pretty well. All right, getting out is actually easier. Now, Ali, let's talk about the car that's next to the AMG-One.
Okay, this is the Super Sport 300 Plus. Only 30 of these were made. It's called the 300 Plus because it broke the 300 mile speed record, which is, it's done over 490 kilometers. This is my favorite Chiron.
This is the best looking Chiron
It is.
ever produced.
It's the best one, it's the most iconic one. And out of all the Chiron series, it's my favorite because it's the one with 100 more horsepower. W16.
Two V8 engines combined.
Exactly. I don't know, I would like to show you the interior of the car. So.
This car is so beautiful. Ali could see how excited I was seeing this car. So much so that F1rst Motors was kind enough to surprise us with this car for one of our shoots. Okay, never driven a car like this. The way this thing sounds is like a nuclear plant behind me. What you guys are hearing is maybe 15%. And I'm not exaggerating. I have a monster in my hands. This is the craziest experience of my life. See ya. Wow. It's like I got rebirth.
You don't want to leave the car, I think, huh?
I actually don't want to.
I know.
I really like it. The way this car drives, the feeling it gives you is truly sensational. And it inspired me to set a goal for myself to buy this car in the next 5 years. Let's see if I can pull this off. It's incredible. And Ali, I want to play a game with you.
Of course.
Since you have this insane selection here with all the cars, why don't you and I pick our favorite daily car, classic car, and hypercar once we're done with the tour?
Of course.
That way we can kind of see all the cars because you have some amazing classic cars on the back. And we have some, I'm going to say reasonably priced fast cars here.
Of course.
So let's pick that as a daily. How's that?
Of course, comparatively to the showroom, reasonably priced.
Exactly.
Yes.
And speaking of reasonably, I want to talk about the SF90s here.
Yeah, I think this is the most understated car from Ferrari. It is a piston engine, and combined with the hybrid engine, it produces 1,000 horsepower. Now, this car is a four-wheel drive, so you have the extra traction. It is a safe car to drive, and 0 to 100 is around 2.6 seconds, so you would smoke almost anything on the road.
I was going to say, you almost have a hypercar performance.
You do.
Or it carries that performance in a really subtle way.
Don't forget, till today, it is the most powerful Ferrari made.
After the SF90, we checked out this beautiful yellow Sian and this carbon Veneno. Only 12 of these Venenos were produced, and this is the only full carbon body in the world, which also happens to be Stradman's dream car. And James, if you're watching this, I believe in you. You'll get this car one day. Just looking around and seeing all these cars, It's hard not to be fascinated by this place, and it intrigues us to learn how this business operates and how they can have the most exquisite cars in the world. Over $250 million worth of cars. I mean, that's a serious number. And it's the same showroom, but the price tag went up. What happened?
Well, we decided to upscale. And what we noticed is that in the hypercar industry, it's actually more fun to be in. We only have a limited number of 90 spaces on the floor, but we always think, what would we like? What would we like to be done differently? Even when there is no competition, we think, well, what can we do better? What other ideas are there in terms of service, in terms of quality, in terms of satisfaction? And that's what we look to do. Again, the experience is free for everyone to come in here and enjoy.
The fact that 2.5 years later, this is the conversation we're having is the greatest proof. I mean, if you don't believe me, watch the video from 2 years ago. It's the same CEO, it's the same company, it's the same location, but obviously the narrative has changed in the best way possible. It has improved, and they're always pushing the boundaries. And it's not just F1rst Motors, that's Alpaca Group in general, Alpaca Properties. This is how they see the future, and I think it also comes from the fact that you guys believe in Dubai so much. It's almost a little bet that they're taking on Dubai, and it's certainly paid off. What would be some of the things that you would advise or recommend to people out there who want to get in this business?
Let me say, first of all, if you want to come into this industry, I mean, right now we have a stock of $250 million. We have a holding company behind us. I mean, you would have to come in very strong if you want to come into this industry. And that's if everything goes perfectly right.
And if you can execute on it.
And if you can execute, and if you become established and so on. It's a big game to play.
The fact that F1rst Motors has accomplished so much and made this showroom a place where anyone can come and see their dream car is incredible. And speaking of dream cars, we have more Bugattis to see. We gotta talk about the lineup of Bugattis that you have in this showroom. So I believe there are 2 up front, a 1 at the entry, and then we have 3 other here. I love that we're casually talking about having this many Bugattis being a normal thing. Obviously this is a Divo.
Of course.
You told me you got this car from
Beverly Hills.
So this was in our neighborhood at some point.
Yes.
Do you want to show the interior of this car to
Of
everyone?
course.
Cody, let's go in there. I feel like at the hypercar level, you almost get each brand to design a totally different interior. Almost similarities of these brands go further apart from each other. Every single interior is totally different.
You feel different.
Yeah, we have Paganis on the other side, and they're totally different than this.
I always say Bugatti is like the Rolls Royce of hypercars. It's the most comfortable hypercar to actually drive in.
Beautiful. Now, how about these other 2 Bugattis?
So this is the pure sports Bugatti. Total 60 of these were made. This is the only Bugatti with the fixed wing.
The back just looks insane, Ali. Like, look at all the proportions, carbon fiber. Car world is getting really good at using carbon fiber,
Yes.
both aesthetically and functionally as well.
Of course, they're always improving. There's a high demand for it. And if you look at Bugatti, it's got one of the best carbon fibers in the world.
How about the other one?
Okay, that's the Chiron Sport. It's a 110th anniversary. Total 20 of these were made.
Okay.
All of them come in the same color, the matte black.
Actually, Cody, let's do this. Why don't you come on this side? I'm gonna go to the other side and I wanna see how the interior feels. All right, let me go in. This is beautiful.
Even just like the trim on these seats with the 110 on the back headrest, it's stunning.
Yeah, like it's crazy to think that this is a hypercar because the interior looks like a Rolls Royce.
Well, I'll tell you something interesting about Bugatti. I mean, if you notice, there's less buttons, less distractions inside the car, and even the sound system. And if you ask them, why is it so limited in functionality? They say, well, you could listen to the engine rather than music, so.
I agree with them. All right, that's it for this Bugatti.
Wait. Can we get a cold start? I mean, we can't just walk away from a Bugatti and not, start it up.
You guys want to start this?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Cody, what do you think?
Yeah, let me get to the back. I want to hear this.
Ali, do you trust me with the key of this car?
Here you go.
All right, thank you. Oh, this is exciting. My wild dream, let's see. All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Come on. Okay, this is insane. Oh my God. Well, that was exciting.
That sounds beautiful from back here.
Luis, are we happy? Very happy. Beautiful, beautiful car. Who knows, I may pick a Bugatti as my hypercar
Why not?
choice. And speaking of hypercars, Pagani.
Of course.
What a beautiful car.
Well, it's the shape and it's the craftsmanship. It's the design. I mean, if you look at the mirrors and the level of details that go inside the car. This is the first customer delivered Pagani Huayra. Total 100 Roadsters were built and 100 coupes were built. This is what sets F1rst Motors aside. We don't only bring the car, we don't only bring the spec, but we also bring the unique one.
Amazing. We got to show everyone this interior. First off, look at this door. Obviously, the carbon fiber work is immaculate. I think Pagani makes my favorite interiors.
It does, it does.
The way they use metal, carbon fiber, and materials like leather, obviously, in such a creative way. And Ali being the host that he is, of course he had to show the full explosive view of the car.
So this is succeeding the Zonda, the Huayra.
Yes.
And the Zonda, as you know, some go for $10 to $12 million.
They're insane.
They're insane. So this is the next one.
I admire car manufacturers and their love for producing stuff. People have no idea how difficult it is to manufacture so many different SKUs of items, assemble it perfectly, make sure it functions, and globally market a product where they only make 10, 20, 30 of them. It's such a difficult task to go after. And you can only go that far into something if you really love what you do and if you really care to show your talent. And I feel like these car brands, Koenigseggs, Paganis, are turning into like legacy stories.
They are.
And you're really buying into their stock.
Yes.
You're really buying into the brand by acquiring these cars.
Of course.
You become part of the family.
You do.
Again, beautiful, beautiful car. I want to turn to the other side, but first we got to acknowledge Countach.
This is a inspiration to the old Countach. It's one of the final models based on the Aventador, but 112 made only, and it's a work of beauty.
Do you think they modernized it in a way that truly respects and honors
Actually,
the
I
older
do.
Countach? Because older Countach, the original one, is an incredibly iconic car.
Definitely drives better. I mean, if you've seen the Wolf of Wall Street, I mean, you would definitely love this car even more. It's a four-wheel drive again.
Gotcha.
Much easier to maintain and, much more practical.
At this point, it's hard not to be impressed with the lineup of cars at F1rst Motors. And having this kind of a rare selection on display is what makes the ultimate F1rst Motors experience. When I first came in here, showroom had a very impressive lineup, but obviously the lineup grew. You have more rare cars, more specific cars. Some of the regular sedans or sport cars are no longer here. How that transition happened?
In the beginning, we didn't really know which segment we're going to focus on. We had to find ourselves. First time we brought a Bugatti in here, it was the Divo. And when I saw that car come in first time, I was thinking, how am I going to sell this car? You know, it's always the first one that's the most difficult. And as long as you're willing to take the risk and to push, and you buy the right car and you believe in yourself, well, others will believe in you too. And that's what we try to do. You know, now we found our niche and it's in the hypercar market. If you look at our motto, it's the best or nothing. From day one, I mean, we said we want to have 300 plus Bugattis in the showroom, we did it. We said we want to have all the La Ferrari Apertas in the showroom, different colors, we brought them. Right now we have a black La Ferrari Aperta on the way. That's the rarest one. And 0 mileage, battery replaced. So it's probably the last chance to acquire such a car. So, you know, we always set ourselves targets in the showroom. The next step would be to go into the classic car, vintage car industry. That's where the big money is and that's where the big collectors are.
How was the reaction from the public?
I mean, the hypercars do get me excited, but you know, I see them every day. But every now and again, when I bring the classic cars, I do stop and I do look at them. Because, you know, they do give you a reminder of childhood and, you know, especially the potential in that market. I mean, you've seen some classics in the basement, but we are thinking much bigger than that. We're talking about up to the 70 million euro range.
Wow.
Yeah, it's never ending. I mean, if you look at the world's most expensive car now, it's the 300 SLR. that went for $140 million. I mean, those are the targets that we want to accomplish. We're not coming here for a business. We're coming here to make a difference.
400 GT?
Yes, it's a 400 GT 2+2. I don't know if you've seen the Lamborghini movie.
Yes.
Well, Lamborghini was actually established in 1963 as a car brand. You know, they started off with tractors.
Yes.
And this is the first generation Lamborghini. So the first one was introduced in 63. This is a 1966 model, which is an upgrade to that. At its time, it was one of the most powerful vehicles, 400 horsepower, and definitely good collector value. I mean, you wouldn't see this.
Yeah, this is definitely a rare car. And Lamborghini obviously has a very cool story.
It does.
And the owner of Lamborghini used to be a big fan of Ferrari.
He did.
And he would collect a lot of Ferraris, but he saw all these issues with Ferrari, so he wanted to address it. He wanted to help them or collaborate with them. And I believe he got a little bit of a negative response when he brought these problems on the table. And he goes, screw that, I'm going to make my own cars.
Yeah.
Hence, Lamborghini.
We kind of relate to that also. I mean, that's how we started. So
Exactly, in the car world,
that's
right?
what we love about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a way to improve. You gotta know how to take feedback. That's a good advice in life.
Of course.
300 SL. I'm gonna go to the other side. I want everybody to get a full frame of this car. I personally love this.
Of course, this is a classic, iconic car. It's a 1958 300 SL Roadster. Around 1,800 of these were built, but not so many remain.
Yeah,
I mean,
because of its age.
Age and condition. So this car is valued around $2 million at the moment and going up in value because of the history.
I don't see that value going down anytime soon.
I don't see it going down either.
Can you quickly give us a rundown on this lineup? Aston Martin.
This is a 1978 Aston Martin Vantage. At its time, it was one of the fastest vehicles in the world.
And next door?
It's a 974 Porsche Classic. It's from 1991.
It looks beautiful. And Testarossa, obviously.
This is actually very interesting. This is the first generation Testarossa. And you notice because of the mirror and the way it's placed. So the first generation Testarossa, the mirror was actually placed slightly higher on the A-pillar. And this is a 1986.
And why we don't have a mirror on the other side?
That's just how they were built.
How did they get away with that?
Well, yeah.
You're like, back in the day, regulations were different.
Back in the day, it was much different.
Okay, now I've been waiting for this moment.
Okay.
You did not have a lineup like this 2 years ago. I love these Skylines. They're all right-hand drive.
They are.
This car is a Japanese icon.
Exactly.
I see that you have 2 M specs here.
Yes.
1 V spec, and you have 3 more on the back.
Yes.
It's for sure one of my favorite cars ever.
The R34 is associated with car culture, and if you know Paul Walker, he loved this car. And what's interesting about the Mainz edition, well, Mainz was a tuning company, and Mainz no longer produces the kits for the M-Spec Neo or the upgrades, and only 3 of them were made for the R34. 2 for the V-Spec, 1 for the M-Spec. So this is a one of one. What makes this car even more special is that these were produced between 1998 to 2002, and 25 years later, you know, they can be legalized in the USA.
Yes.
So, you know, USA is the biggest market worldwide, and once these are legalized in the USA, prices will jump.
Prices are gonna go up.
We want to broaden our audience for, you know, all sorts of cars. So we want anything to do with cars to be here associated with F1rst Motors.
These cars, the showroom, and the culture. It's fascinating to take it all in. And there's no better way to experience these hypercars or the car culture in Dubai until you take one of these cars to the street. And that's exactly what we did. Ali pulled one of his favorite cars from the showroom, and before you know it, we were on the road.
This is where it's all about, you know, buying the cars and pouring them on the streets, and that's where you realize the value.
It's funny because, like, you're such a Ferrari fan.
Yeah,
but I feel like when it comes to this Porsche, you see the world the other way.
To be honest with you, I mean, my favorite car is Porsche, my favorite car manufacturer, but they just don't release as many models.
Yeah.
But they make beautiful and definitely reliable cars. But the shape is timeless, even if you look at it now and the angles. It's
still
easy
beautiful.
to drive.
Why do you think Dubai has such a strong car culture?
Look, in Dubai, I mean, wealth is welcomed over here. You're not frowned upon for having wealth. The government's been really supportive of businessmen. Now, when it comes to clients, obviously, you know, people like to be able to spend their money and to show their money. And if you look at the specs in this showroom, most of the colors are pop colors. It's unlike Europe where you find
a lot of blacks and grays.
Exactly, because they like to be discreet in Europe to hide the wealth. But in Dubai, it's different. You have security here, you have peace here, and you're definitely able to enjoy your wealth over here. And that's why you have a huge amount of millionaires, billionaires coming into the city because they want to live.
These shots are looking amazing.
Shots look good? All right, let's hammer it. So smooth. So easy. It grips the road so well. I'm not even on the driver's seat. I can feel it. Like, it's literally glued to the ground.
And it's you driving on the way back.
Okay. And that's exactly what we did, but we'll come back to that later. Our joyride in the 918 took us to the Driven Cafe, a cafe themed around Porsches and is a local spot where car fans come to hang out. We grabbed some drinks, talked about our favorite cars from the showroom, and caught up on the exhilarating moments of the day. The entire time, I kept thinking about the experience of riding in a hypercar, and I wanted our team to experience what I felt. So, Ali set up our team with an SF90 and gave them an experience of a lifetime.
Let's have some fun.
Only in Dubai, baby.
See you in the blink of an eye.
Mom, I love you.
Any last words?
I'll see you on the... I don't want to say the other side, that's scary.
Wow! How was it?
Man, this is insane. This is not normal.
Wow.
That is 1,000 horsepower for sure.
So?
He goes fast. He acts like it's not even anything.
Oh my gosh, you're in for a ride. How was it?
Oh my god, that was so much fun. Who's next?
That's me. What's up? I'll see you on the other side. That was fast, dude. Feel that in your chest.
Now on this side, we have two Lamborghinis, each differ in history. Here you have the Lamborghini SV, limited to 350 pieces. This is the Murciélago SV actually, and I would like to call it the last real Lamborghini. Why? Because this was before VW took over and did all the adjustments.
What's the price point?
Price would be around $650,000.
Got it. And this one, I believe, is the last naturally aspirated V12 as well.
Yes, from the Aventador series.
Exactly.
Yes, total 350 units of these made. I'll be honest, it wasn't as successful as the SVJ. SVJ still has more aggression, more noise, more sound, and that's what people like about Lamborghini. It's a show car. It has 800 horsepower, it's a single clutch, and it's a four-wheel drive. So not as dangerous as you think,
okay.
But it definitely gives you the thrills.
Now on the other side, we have two very, very distinct cars. I gotta say, I'm proud to see the one on the right-hand side,
Yes.
F1rst Motors,
Yes.
because you wanna tell people why this car is so special.
Yeah, actually this is the first Turkish manufactured SUV, and it is the Togg. It has two motors, 400 horsepower, and the interior has been done by
Pininfarina.
Yes, which I was told by you. I didn't know about that, which is pretty cool.
This car is like super cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing that their first car off the gate is pretty impressive. I believe they're around $50,000, right?
$50,000.
Super clean. I want to say they have the Tesla aesthetic, but they certainly take it to another level.
Yeah,
it's
they do.
actually more quality.
Yeah, and it's quite simplistic. It ranges 500 kilometers.
It charges up in 30 minutes.
It does.
Which
it does.
is
with the
really, really
supercharger.
impressive.
Yes.
And big congrats to Turkey.
Big congrats.
What
We're
can
really
I
proud.
say? Like, really proud moment.
Great job done.
And it's awesome to see this car in F1rst Motors.
Yes, it is.
All right, next door we have something, I want to say, a little bit controversial, very sought after, because I believe when Lamborghini came up with Urus,
Exactly.
it became such a successful production for
did.
them. and Ferrari didn't want to look like they were following Lamborghini's direction. And they designed a car that's right in the middle between a sedan and an SUV.
Yeah, well, this car was based on a lot of predecessing Ferraris. It's a 812 engine, so 715 horsepower, and it's a 5-door sports car.
The proportions of the car is beautiful. I think they did a great job. And I can actually see this bringing a totally new set of buyers to Ferrari because it's spacious inside.
I would say pretty difficult to get hold of. I mean, the car's been out for some time. Even we're facing difficulties. And, you know, when we do want to acquire cars, well, you know, we buy them from the users, from the people who actually place the orders. But everyone's scared from Ferrari and the consequences of what they will do. And Ferraris also find a smart way to distinguish because the first batch will be a V12 and the later on batches will be V8s. So it will be the smaller engines.
But obviously everybody wants the V12.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's where the loyal Ferrari customers get rewarded.
Makes sense. All right, can we see the inside?
Of course you can.
So they have a really sleek latcher, and if you hold it long enough, it opens the door. Cody, why don't you go inside? Actually, the back seat looks pretty comfortable. You have seat adjusters. I like that they just committed to 2 seats.
Yeah, compared to a lot of, I mean, I wouldn't want to say SUVs, but it's got a pretty comfortable back.
And Cody, of course, we got to show the dashboard to everyone. It looks really nice. I honestly can see myself getting one of these because it's like you still have the practicality of a regular car.
Yes.
And you're not afraid to drive. It's not super low.
Yes.
And I'm sure it drives and goes pretty fast.
Yes, I mean, Ferrari decided to go for the more elegant look and discreet.
My bad? There we go. Just like that.
I like the suicide doors.
Yeah. And what's the price point on this?
Well, the aftermarket price would be around $1.1 million.
Okay. Obviously, we have some Rolls Royces here.
Of course.
We are in Dubai. You gotta have some SUVs in your inventory. 4x4. There's a few other crazy cars on the back. But what's behind you is really rare and very special. And I know personally you really like it.
Yes, this is based on the GT2 RS. It's a GT2 RS Club Sport and limited to 200 pieces only. This Club Sport actually, if you open the door, you'll see how lightweight it is.
I want everybody to see. First off, these are not even real glass
That's
windows.
plexiglass. And this is
we don't have a seat here.
Yeah, this is not a road legal car, it's a track focused car. And if you see the car, it's actually stripped for as much weight as it can be.
And I'm sure it performs incredible.
Amazingly, yes, Porsche is always reliable.
What's next?
This is a 488 Challenge car by Ferrari. Again, it is like the Club Sport, a track focused car. And if you buy this car, again, it unlocks potential with the Ferraris.
It's almost like a little flirting game.
That's what they
It's
do.
like you're trying to warm yourself up to the brand and you're showing that you're willing to invest and commit to them.
Yeah.
And hope in return that you get on that list and kind of work your way up.
Exactly, and this is one of those cars.
Okay.
This is one of 3 AMG GT Black Series. So only 3 of these cars were made in solar beam yellow, and we actually had 2 of them. This is the last one remaining for
Literally, we went downstairs and Ali was like, yeah, there are only 3 of them in the world. We have 2 of them. It's impressive to have all these rare cars in one place. And it only intrigues us to ask, how do you source these cars?
We know a few collectors out there, and we work with all kinds of people. You know, as long as you're looking in the right place, as long as you have a good eye for quality, and you know what to buy, as long as you're educated about the industry, you will buy the right car. I mean, we do extensive background checks on the cars to make sure that they're fit to come in here, and everything with us is done through the official dealer.
So when I look at the showroom, I see beautiful cars, and in a way I ask myself, how all these cars in such good condition? I know you're very picky when it comes to placing a car in the showroom. Tell us about the process each car goes through from the moment you buy it and to the moment they're positioned perfectly in the showroom.
Well, definitely the history of the car is very important to us, who are buying it from. The condition at the beginning. We don't do makeovers on the cars. The cars are in perfect condition when we do buy them. You know, obviously we do have a polishing area, and we do send all of these cars to the local dealers to have them maintained over there. We don't do them in third-party garages or anything like that. Everything is done through the official dealers.
Recently, I saw a couple opportunities where I'm like, I should buy this car out of an investment because I know it's going to go up in value. I felt like that about SLR. I felt like that about new Ford GT, and I'm talking about a few years ago. The thing that held me back from doing that was the fact that once these cars are out of warranty, maintenance on them can be so surprising and so expensive. What do you tell to people who wants to invest in cars, but that's the holdback for them?
Yeah, it's interesting you touch upon the SLR. That's actually a high maintenance car. And I always advise, if you buy something, always buy the best version of it or buy the more limited version of it. Condition is very important on the car. Spec, rarity of the color. Color can play an important factor. And which brand do you go with? Cars that have done well, I mean, you always have to look at the engine size, things that have become a thing of the past, discontinuation. Those are the stuff that you should be looking for.
The record book of these cars are clearly important, and it's impressive that they're so meticulous with selecting and maintaining these cars. It's like they're presenting a piece of art.
Now, Enes, I have something special for you.
For me?
Yeah, we have to sell you something now that you're here in Dubai,
yeah?
okay?
Okay.
So I do understand that
I have no idea where this is going now.
you know, you need something to match your status over here, okay?
Okay.
You're advertising luxury, you need to be associated with luxury, okay?
Okay.
And we have the perfect vehicle here for you. GLS Maybach,
Okay.
pretty spacious, pretty luxurious. And I know you're a busy guy, always on the phone, meetings and so on. Well, you know, the most important factor is always understanding your customers and their needs. That's what you have to ask them. And I mean, we know each other quite well by now. So I think this will match your requirements.
Why don't we go in? This is a beautiful spec, by the way. Now, you found my soft spot, Ali. What can I say? I am on the market to get myself one of these because I never drive. What do you think of Maybachs? This new generation Mercedes blended Maybachs.
Well, I mean, for the price range it's associated with, it's either this or it's either the Phantom. But this one actually is more spacious, more practical, more durable also. And you have more features inside the car.
Exactly, and I feel like with this center console design, they committed to 2 seatings.
But actually, the center console has many functions, if you want to see. So you do kind of have your workstation.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh. Yeah, you did it better than me.
There we go. Because
You're natural.
because I'm on the market to get one.
Yeah.
I'm excited for these cars.
Yes.
There we go.
So, you know, you could have your laptop here or anything, your workstation. You have your wireless charger over here.
Yep.
You actually do have a mini bar over here as well, if you want to
Nice.
store your drinks or...
No, this is really nice. If you were to recommend one, would you say I should get a GLS SUV or should I get the sedan?
Personally, I prefer the SUV more. It's more spacious, you sit high up. I mean, with the sedan, people always confuse between an S-Class or an S Maybach.
Well, we live in Los Angeles and sometimes there's value in being a little bit understated and kind of undercover.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I also like Maybachs because I think from a functionality perspective, it's a phenomenal value. The back seats are insane. But then on the exterior, you look like a nice S-Class. And only the car enthusiast will pick up that it's a Maybach because it's about a foot longer actually. Thank you for this, and one day.
One more thing, this car actually dances. But,
Yes, I know.
I don't think you'll be using that
I won't
feature.
be dancing
but
it, but it's a beautiful car.
Beautiful car.
All right, let's continue. Now you got me excited. And speaking of Mercedes, we have a car here that you don't really want to talk about. And I tried off camera.
Yeah.
Tell or explain to our viewers why you don't want to talk about this car so much.
Well, I'll tell you what I can say. It's a AMG-One. It's actually a one-of-one. And the ex-owner of this car was a high-profile client of Mercedes. And of course, you know, we always do our best to acquire the car. I mean, there's no stopping us.
Yeah.
So the car's here now on the covers, and it will be going to a very special client.
Essentially, the reason why Ali doesn't want to show you the spec is once he pulls the cover, you'll know the spec and you can probably track the owner.
Exactly, and then he's gonna get in trouble by Mercedes. And we definitely protect our customers over here, so.
And I also gotta say, it's crazy to me that you have 2 AMG ones in your showroom. A car that's so sought after, and you have 2 of them.
But very different.
Now, we can't talk about cars and not cover Ferrari's amazing legacy and heritage.
Sure.
And I can't think of a better lineup to show some amazing Ferraris. We gotta talk about that 812.
So the Competizione Aperta is limited to only 599 pieces. You know, to qualify for the competition, you would have to have at least $40 to $50 million worth of Ferraris in your collection to be able to qualify
Not
for
a
this.
couple Ferraris, 40 to...
Yeah, $40 to $50 million. And not only that, once you do get the car, if you do sell the car, you risk burning your profile. So you wouldn't be able to qualify for the later on cars. And to have such a car here, obviously, you know, the ex-owner had to be rewarded
Tremendously.
Yeah, tremendously to be able to actually forfeit. Would
All
you
right,
like
should
to
we start this? Ferrari always sounds so good.
Beautiful, yeah.
Beautiful. Can we get a rev? I kind of regretted that. Wow. I think we're good.
So if you look at the back, if you look at the design, this one's actually different. It's got a wider hatch.
Oh, wow.
And this is the roof, which is manual, not automatic.
It's a hardtop.
Yes.
Amazing. Beautiful car.
I mean, what makes this Enzo special, first of all, total 399 Enzos made, 30 yellow pieces were made. It's actually 700 kilometers only from factory mileage. So the condition of the car, if you actually look at the inside and the way the car's been preserved,
Brand new.
Brand new. And that's why I had said earlier on, this car has doubled in value in the last year.
Incredible. Wow.
So what makes our La Ferraris even more special is that we don't just bring any car here. All of our cars are almost at 0 mileage, battery replaced, warranty extended. So the reason it's important for us to bring perfect condition vehicles over here, we don't just sell vehicles, we want our customers to be able to fully enjoy, hassle-free.
And basically not worry about any of these complications. Not everybody's super in tune with knowing all these intricacies of these cars. And I'm assuming one of the value propositions you have is, look, if it's in my showroom, it's in really good condition. If there's any red flags, we sort it out so you know exactly what you're getting into.
If we buy a car ourselves, we would like to enjoy it fully. Same should be applicable for the clients.
Or having hesitation owning the car and always thinking that there's something wrong.
Exactly.
Or what did they hide from me?
Exactly.
Okay, great. Now, if I would have the money, I would definitely get one of these. To people out there who hasn't seen the video we've done about a year and a half ago on one of the properties on our main channel, I got a chance to drive a Ford GT for a couple hundred miles.
Yeah.
And I love this car. I know it's an American car, but it's a V6, 3.5 liter, I believe, right?
Yeah.
But it is so fast. It is so fun to drive. And it has a good analog feel to it.
And it's a V6 twin turbo, which is quite interesting for an American car, because American cars are known to have big engines, big valves, high fuel consumption.
It's almost like a European American take.
It is, and you can see.
And do you feel like these cars didn't appreciate as much as they should have?
Some cars take time to appreciate. If you look at the predecessor to this, it's already gone up 3-4 times in value. So you have to give this car time because it's just come off the production.
Gotcha. We can't come to this corner and not talk about Speedtail.
Speedtail, of course.
It is gonna age so beautifully, and I feel like the design of it is gonna remain iconic forever.
Now, this is the successor to the McLaren F1. As you know, McLaren F1 did really well. It's gone up almost 50 times in value.
Yeah.
And the look is pretty futuristic. This car has around 1,050 horsepower. And if you look at the inside, I would like you to sit inside the car, actually. And it's
Cody, come with me. Definitely not an easy car to get in. Being in the center of the car is awesome.
exactly.
Makes perfect sense. Kind of feels like a jet plane, like kind of like a
Cockpit,
dashboard. And now I see you have the screens here. Cody, can we get a close up?
Those are the mirrors.
Those are the side mirrors.
Ah, that's pretty smart.
Beautiful car. What's the current market value?
Market value would be around $3.5 million now. 106
I don't want to
units
sound
made.
ridiculous, but kind of sounds cheap.
It has been understated at the moment, and the reason is no one's putting it to use. So I think once you do get the car used the right way it should be,
then people are going to appreciate it a little bit more.
Yes.
All right, we're coming towards the end. GT3 RS.
Yes.
These are so popular right now.
pretty popular, yes.
And I want to speak for the motorcycle world for a second. You have 3 Ducati Lamborghini bikes and 2 Brabus bikes here. What's the story?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'll tell you, Brabus is currently going crazy right now. So they were only doing Mercedes before, but now they decided to do everything. So now they're tuning Rolls Royces, Porsches, boats, motorbikes. You know, they're doing everything right now. This is the Divo. It's a Ducati Lamborghini collaboration. You know, limited to 630 pieces. Most people actually buy these bikes for decoration, for home interiors. I'm sure you will see a few.
They're obviously way smaller in size, and they can fit into many different spaces. And
interestingly, I haven't seen anyone buy this bike for function purposes. I mean, everyone's bought them for decoration purposes. And not only that, an interesting fact is that when this bike was released from Lamborghini, it was actually priced at around $30,000. Today it's at $120,000.
Really?
So very good investment if you had bought it initially.
I mean, I have to give them credit. All the way to the seats, the patterns, carbon fiber pieces. It does look very much an own brand collaboration between the two brands. Now, from this angle, I see a Formula One car. What's the story there?
As you may notice, before we had a Ferrari wall, the story behind this is that Ferrari weren't so happy with us having their name up there. You know, because of our success and the noise we've made worldwide, or the attention we've been attracting, what we decided to do is replace it with something even better, and we wrote the best or nothing, and that's what we look to achieve over here. So whatever you see over here, next time, Enes, I hope you're gonna see much more.
I hope so too, and just walking around is so inspirational. This place is beautiful. Now that we concluded our tour, let's talk about the selection. Remember I told you at the beginning, my daily choice would be SF90. I think it's a beautiful car, understated, super fast, fun to drive, and relatively comfortable. For classic, I'm gonna go 300 SL. Sometimes you just wanna get in a simple car that's elegant, that's beautiful, and you just wanna cruise around, and I think 300 SL is perfect for that.
Yes, it is.
For the hypercar, I wanna choose Bugatti 300 Plus. Something about that car that's so powerful and represents the pinnacle of car engineering. Obviously it looks beautiful, but all of its qualities combined makes it one of the coolest cars ever made, period. And that's my hypercar choice. How good do you think I did?
Well, I will tell you, I wouldn't have chosen different. You asked me to pick my picks. You've chosen exactly what I would have chosen, because I drive an SF90 for a daily drive. And the classics over there, I mean, I would definitely choose the 300 SL, definitely an iconic car, and definitely my favorite hypercar. I mean, it's definitely the 300 Plus.
I feel honored. I feel like I did a good job. Like I passed my test,
I'm proud.
Well, this has been awesome. Ali, thank you so much for showing us around, and we are excited to be part of F1rst Motors. We're excited to be sharing this experience with everyone. And from the first video to now, I'm sure everybody enjoyed it, and they will enjoy this video as well.
Yeah, we are excited, and we are glad to have you on this journey with us. You were with us from the beginning, and you know, you've always been a strong supporter, and we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. And what a day it was, seeing these cars, getting a chance to drive them, and getting a behind-the-scenes look of a complex business like this with cars, people, and culture. All in a country where things are moving so fast, it leaves us in awe knowing that F1rst Motors will only grow from here. Ali, looking at this dealership, seeing the cars, seeing the success you guys accomplished, I'm wondering if you guys thinking about opening up a showroom, I don't know, in London, in Los Angeles. Are there any plans like that in the future where you guys go global?
Yeah, obviously we are looking to expand in the near future, but we're not even done over here. I mean, in the hypercar market, we've accomplished everything. Noticing the amount of success and trust and credibility we've been able to generate in such a short amount of time, we believe we're ready to take that next step. One sense of pride for me isn't the cars in the showroom, it's that 80 families take bread from this showroom here. And that's what's important, you know?
It's inspiring to see how F1rst Motors cares about their team and customers and affecting their lives in a positive way. It's something we also admire and aspire for with our videos. We want our viewers to feel comfortable and welcomed. We want to inform them and let them know that they can do it too. And this is the approach that F1rst Motors takes, and it's impressive. The way they do business, the way they treat their customers and their employees. They really care about giving the best experience possible to any car lover, even if it includes getting behind the wheel of a hypercar. That is insane.
Yeah.
This is sick. I see why people love this car. I vouch for them. This is insane. This whole experience has been incredible, and I'm so excited to see the future of F1rst Motors. But before we wrap things up, Ali had one more thing to share with me.
Now, Enes, I do have a gift for you from our social media team. It's a product that we have.
Oh, that's a big
As
box.
as you know, we are expanding into different activities. Now, this is one of the products that our social media team
wow.
has been able to produce.
Oh, that's the Ford GT I drove. Yeah.
So this is actually an illustration. We do give
Oh,
illustrations.
you guys have my silhouette on the back.
Yes, with all the
Oh,
cars.
my name and everything. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's signed by
This
myself.
is so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
This is amazing. I can't wait to hang this at our office. I feel like as I get older, the memories we make and the unique stories we get to be part of is becoming more valuable than anything to me.
Exactly.
The money, the views, all that, I don't want to say irrelevant, but it's like it kind of fades away. This is like, what a way to mark a memory. All right, everyone, and that's it for the tour. Hope you'll enjoy this episode. Big thanks to Ali and his team at F1rst Motors for making this tour possible. And as always, you can find more information about them in the description of this video. Also, let us know in the comments below if you want us to do more tours like this in the future. And lastly, if you enjoyed our tour, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.